Så, god morgon, or good morning today. It's Wednesday and we are doing the Pure Insta live here from Pure Effect in Stockholm this morning. But we have some extra fine company today from Annalisa Zanoni from a Paris-based vintage store. So I'm just waiting for Annalisa to join us. Good morning, Småhus. Good morning, Jocke. How's your morning? So here it's kind of a bright, I would say, December morning. A bit cold. I'm wondering what it's like in Paris. Morning. To me, it's always sunshine in Paris. So we'll talk a bit about the vintage trends in France also, and a bit about maybe some Paris life. I hope you got your coffee too. God morgon allihop. Good morning Aspar, Natasha, Sara. So bring your questions, of course. You just write them in the comment field if you have some comments or greetings or questions for Annalisa. We'll see if she is knocking on the door. Besides that, I was thinking about some news maybe from our side. I guess you're busy doing your Christmas, your final or maybe your first Christmas arrangements now. I hope you're breathing, not stressing. We have some gifts in our shop too, some advice. You might have some athletic friends or athletic family that you would like to bring the spray here in the background, or maybe a fashionista that needs to get rid of smell of time. So we got a new scent kit with all our 4 small scents in a nice gift box. That could be something to check out on the website. So we got Annalisa here. Let's see. Or there is still time to go and get some. Yes.
Hi, Linda.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you really bring the Christmas spirit, Annalisa.
Of course, it's a serious matter in this house, you know, that huge Christmas tree.
Oh, but it's beautiful. Really. So,
oh my gosh, how are you? You look beautiful as usual.
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you? How's your morning?
It's okay. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm in Italy right now, and the weather is good. It's freezing, but the weather is beautiful. So
yeah. Are you a kind of early bird, or are you tired in the morning?
I am definitely an early bird, like very early bird, but at night, which means that at night I'm dead. I mean, don't even talk to me after like 9 p.m. I know I'm very ashamed of this, but you know, that's the way it goes. That's aging, you know.
But you can't be, it can be, or just a matter of personality. You can't be sparkling 24/7, you know. You got to sleep sometime.
I'm sure you are.
Ask my kids this morning, and I got the dog snoring here next to my feet, so it kind of gives me some you know, comfort feeling.
Peace. Oh yes, I love that. I also have a dog and 2 cats.
Yeah, with you in Italy? Where
yes,
in Italy?
We're in Venice, near Venice actually.
Yeah, and tell me a bit about your background. I just introduced to our guest this morning that you are Annalisa Zanoni. I met you in Paris in your beautiful store, Differente Vintage in Paris.
Yes, I love the way you say it.
How would you say it? How do you pronounce
it? It's correct. It's correct. It's just a matter of accent, you know.
The Scandinavian touch. But you are an Italian that runs a store in Paris.
In Paris.
Tell us about the story and your
Yeah, how did I end up there?
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder myself, especially when the weather sucks and everyone around me speaks French. But no, I'm kidding. I love Paris, of course. But
Everyone loves Paris,
yeah,
right?
exactly. So, and actually, you know, when we opened our shop, it was meant to be a flagship store for
Mhm.
our skincare line, because it all
Ah,
started from a skincare line that I launched in Italy, in
mhm.
Milano, in 2018. So in 2022, since Angelo, my business partner, who you met,
Mhm.
was living in
Mhm.
Paris, of course. Even if he's Italian, but he married a French lady, and so he's been living in Paris forever. And so we thought, okay, we'd expand our business in Paris. I mean, in France,
Mhm.
okay?
Mhm.
Paris seemed like the perfect place, right?
Yes.
Not so right.
Yeah.
Because actually, you know, it's very hard to keep a shop running
Mm.
just relying on limited range
Yeah.
of products, you
Mm.
know.
Mm. I know.
And it's a big store, very nice, in a very big, in a very nice area. And you know, so we soon realized that. But at the same time, we were fascinated by this vintage craziness that was literally blooming in Paris at the time. I'm talking about, of course, last year, you know, like not a long time ago, but I guess it was really the moment when everything boomed,
Mm.
okay? And so it started like a game. And when we thought, okay, we have such a big store, why don't we create like an Italian vintage corner,
Mm.
you know,
Mm.
like a small
Mm.
place? And so I thought, okay, where do I source? Where do I source the things? You know, where do I source the garments? And so I literally stole things from my own dressing and my friends and you know, and relatives. And so we created that, and it sort of worked out. When we started to love it, me, I loved the freedom that is, you know, connected with vintage, you
Mm.
know,
Mm.
like creating your own style, regardless of fashion and trends, you
Mm.
know. And Angelo loved the sustainability
Mm.
because he's very much into
Mm.
this. And of course, and so it was the right thing to do. It was the
Mm.
right change for
Yeah.
us.
So if I get you right, then it started out with the skincare, and you got a pretty big store, I
It
would say.
is,
So
yeah, it is.
you started filling it out with your own clothes, and then started grabbing whatever you liked. I can sell this. I can sell this.
Exactly, and that's how it started. Of course, now that the small corner just became like 150 square meters of vintage, but we do have a beauty corner. I mean,
Yeah.
we still have
Yeah.
the skincare, and of course now I source everything. I travel around. I buy things here in Italy, so that's about 80% of our shop now. I get in Italy.
But tell us a bit about the store then, about the street you're on. It's perfectly located, I would say. That's how we bumped into your beautiful store too. And
Oh my
it's and
gosh.
the niche and the, yeah, like the typical customer, and
I,
tell
lo-
us about that.
I love the area. You know it. You know Le
Yeah.
Marais. It's like it's the oldest part of
Yeah.
Paris. Actually, it's like really the oldest part. But now I feel it's like the coolest, most free, because you know it's like I don't know. It's kind of it's a free zone. You
Yeah.
know, um, a lot of different people and everybody dressed like they want, and you know there's so much tolerance for any kind, you know,
Mm.
of you know, regardless of gender and religion and whatever. And so I really feel like it's the right place for us to be.
Mm.
And also it's a incredible area for vintage lovers, you know.
Mm.
Vintage, it's kind of, I don't know, there are so many pop-up stores and
Mm.
stores like ours, and so many restaurants, so many bars, and so really it's a lovely place. And it's like a small village. Everybody knows everybody, you
Mm.
know.
Mm.
And I love that, really. I get along very well, you know, despite this myth that, you know, French people are not so are not
Yeah.
so friendly, you know. There's this, but no, actually no, not at least not in that area.
But something that I hear with the Stockholm vintage and secondhand stores is that they work a lot together. Do you feel it's that way too? Like if a customer is coming to your store asking for a specific garment, and you say, I don't have that, but I would ask you to go
Absolutely.
there.
Absolutely, absolutely. We do that a lot with men's
Mm.
clothes because we do carry some men's clothes, but not so much, because it's not easy to find good quality. I mean, in our standards, in Italy, where I source everything. So we do have a selection, mostly suits and like formal wear, but we don't have that, variety. So, sometimes if somebody asks us for men's, we like sort of suggest that they go to a shop nearby that we get along very well with.
But how would you describe the niche of your boutique?
Well, see,
what can we find?
I mean, there are so many vintage stores, but I must say, I don't feel any kind of competition, because you know that's what's great about vintage. You can't possibly have the same item, right?
Exactly.
You don't have the same way of selling it. It's so much. I feel like it's so personal. You know, the way of selling compared to other kinds of fashion stores, I feel it's so personal, and so I know that, you know, if somebody buys something for me, it's because of course what I have, but also how I, you know, sell it, how I deal with them. You know what I mean?
And would you say that you have a crowd of customers coming back to your store? Because I remember the woman that you were helping out and styling when we were there. She felt a bit like your family, more or less.
Yeah, I love that. Well, even though, you know, there are many tourists right now in Le Marais, because it's starting to really become a very, you know, an area where you can stay, you can eat, and you can shop around without like the hustle and bustle of other, you know, other areas, like, I don't know, like the Triomphe or other places. And so, but we have like about 40% of our clients. 30 actually, depends on the seasons, that are Parisians and actually live in the area. So of course they come back all the time, and I love my relationship with them. Also because I can, you know, they can tell me their requests, and I can define what they are actually looking for, you know, so it's a very personal, and I love that.
And tell us a bit more about that, the sourcing, Annalisa. That's interesting. How do you pick your garments?
I have different suppliers, actually. I go to markets, not flea markets, but I go to markets. I have ladies I know that have been gathering things from their friends and carry them, you know, because they go to small markets with their own, you know, stalls. Okay, and so I deal with them too. I buy a lot of things too from stores, actually. So.
But that's in Italy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they know your style and what you are looking for, more or less.
Depends. I have some of them who know me and they're very good friends, and I have some of them who don't know me very much because I don't go there all the time, because I travel really all around. I travel all the time.
Do you like the hunting part?
Oh my gosh. You bet I like it. I mean, I think it's part of the fun, no?
Yeah. And what would you say makes vintage so interesting and also trendy, I would say, right now?
There are a lot. I think that there are many reasons. First of all, you can get really good quality, unique pieces at a fraction of the original price. And that's one thing. And I'm not talking just about big brands, you know, because of course everybody is looking for the Gucci's and the Louis Vuitton and the Fendi and everything, and that is fine. But you can also find like excellent quality, made in Italy, incredible fabrics and style at a very, very good price, you know. And it's a good way to have something that first is unique, because you will never have the risk of, you know, running into somebody who's wearing the same Zara, you know, that you're wearing, which, and I have nothing against, I mean, you know, of course, but that is one of the things. And also I think that people starting to wanting to actually find their own style and have something unique. That is really, really important. The sustainability part is also very important, I feel, because, you know, there are so many clothes on this planet that is crazy. I know that you know better than me how it is. And so just trying to give a second life to things that have already been created, you know, taking good care of them, and instead of buying and keep producing things, you know. So that is also one of the reasons I find, and the treasure hunt, which is also incredible, I think. Although, you know, in a shop like ours, yes, the treasure hunt is important, but being so selected, you know, I think that the treasure hunt is probably more in the fripperies, you know, the shops where you can find really everything and everything. And it smells really bad, and everything is like, you know, it's a total mess. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's completely fine. I mean, some people love that. I don't want that for my shop. That's why I love your products. One of the reasons why I love your products.
But you have a very careful selection of pieces. But
yeah,
of course, there is a market for all kinds of stores.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's why I love it. You know, because there's really a space for everyone. And I hope that this vintage thing is going to grow. But I think that you know, the trend is won't stop. You know, because it's the only way now, I think. Start producing less and start using what is actually on the market.
So by that you mean also that vintage and secondhand and pre-loved will be more of like the new normal, or that?
Yes, I definitely think so. Yes, it definitely is like that in France. I feel it's probably like that in the north of Europe, right?
Yeah,
it's starting. It's starting. Not as much in Italy for the moment, but I think that is changing quickly.
I was thinking about, of course, I consider Paris being more of like the capital of fashion. It is. You feel that a bit,
Of
like,
course.
yeah. But what would you say about? Would you say Paris was also early on? Because there are so many Gucci bags and Dior dresses, etc. Would you say you were earlier than rest of Europe when it comes to vintage? Or are you leading the way there too?
I think so. As far as I know, like big capitals like Paris and Berlin and Barcelona and London right now are like the capitals of vintage. So I'm not sure that is related with the fact that there are so many items because it's the city of fashion. I think it's more related to the fact that people want to have something unique. People really want to, you know, have something that nobody else has and really tell something about themselves. And that is typical of big cities. You know, I must say that in Italy, of course, is known for fashion and for taste and for style, but it's much less free. You know what I mean? So to be stylish, you have to dress like everybody expects you to dress. You know what I mean? With the right brands and with the right style and and so that and that is, you know, contrasts, of course, with the freedom to express yourself.
That sounds like it's less creative in a way of creating your own style.
I'm sure about that.
Yeah,
I'm really sure about that.
And then I must ask you also, because I'm so curious, what would you say is what do customers ask for, or clients ask for when they visit your store? What is really trendy right now this fall and winter?
Okay, so well, it's funny because even if we're vintage or secondhand or pre-loved, normally it shouldn't be related to fashion, of course, but it actually is because people are looking for like trendy colors, like brown, like burgundy, like green, and so I try to source things that, you know, can appeal to that. There is a big demand right now for furs. like
Any kind
like
of,
real furs mostly,
yeah, not the
which is
can
I
your
also
experience.
also the faux fur of
Mm.
also the faux furs, of course we sell
We call it
them, but we
full fur. It's like not real fur.
yeah,
Full fur.
right, yeah, faux fur.
Okay.
It's that from the environmental point of view, it's actually worse than the natural furs, because they take forever to how do you say this, to disappear,
Yeah.
to decompose.
To yeah.
How do you say that? Yeah, it's like
Right.
plastic basically.
Yeah. And yeah, let's agree it's good to use was already the first that are already there, more or less.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
of course, it's a bit controversial because furs, we all know how they are made and that. And I would never, personally, never ever buy like a new fur. I would never like, participate in this. But since they are already there, and seeing it from a Buddhist point of view, the animal already sacrificed their lives, so we can just honor them by using the fur that was made thanks to them. And so yes, furs are a big trend. Leather, suede, leather jackets, suede, shearlings, a lot of shearlings.
What's that?
A shearling, it's like mouton in French. I don't know how to explain. It's like a leather on the outside and the fur on the inside. It's kind of big, like very 80s style, with big shoulders, even shoulder pads underneath, which is something incredible that I never thought in my life that I would have seen again. But they are trendy now.
You were so done with that, and now they're back.
I was so done with that.
But then I must ask you, Annalisa, what is your like really tired morning? What is your go-to piece? What can you always dress and feel good in?
Okay, you can never go wrong with a pair of white jeans, flare, and a nice blazer, a nice jacket, like this one, vintage Balenciaga.
Yeah, let me see.
See,
yeah,
I'm so proud of it. I just found it.
It's the treasure hunter again.
Yes.
That's beautiful. Yeah, but you got your go-to pieces in your wardrobe too, right? Or do you like? Is there a new style every day?
No, actually, no. But although I like to experiment, and in fact, one of the things that I love about vintage is when people come to my store, and they say, and they see things, and they try on things, and then they go like, no, this is not me, this is too much. And I'm like, it's never too much. Who says it's too much? I mean, as long as you feel good in it, who cares about what people think or what age you are? And who cares? I mean, and I think that it's one of the things that I love the most about my job, when I see people looking at themselves in the mirror, and they like themselves, and they see maybe a different version of themselves, but they love that. They like that. Oh my God, that is so nice. That
You're
is so
such
great.
a people person. You are like, you're meant for that job.
Do you think so? I don't know, because I've done so many different things in my life, but probably at the end, you end up where you needed to be, and so. But like all of us, probably.
But, and then being like, in my eyes, you're kind of a style expert, I would say, Annalisa. And what would you urge people to, or like challenge people to do with their own wardrobes? If you have a wardrobe that you're kind of tired of, do you have ideas of new things to experiment with, like using garments in different ways, or like how would you make more out of a traditional wardrobe?
Sell them and buy new vintage things.
That's one way.
It's simple. It's simple.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that, I don't know. Sorry?
You mean like a circular mindset more?
Exactly.
Don't get too attached with things.
Exactly.
Loop
That's
it.
what I do. That's one thing that I understood. I mean, I'm not a person that's ever been attached to material things. Not at all. I mean, I'm not that kind of person. I cherish different kind of things. But you know, living a fashion as something circular, you know, really something that changes with your mood, and because probably you're not the same person as you used to be like last year, you know. And I think that throwing things away, throwing clothes away is not ethical, you know. So why not trying to sell them and you know, recycle in a way, you know, buy something from the vintage circuits.
Cool. That's a mindset, you know. I it's not like I'm too attached, I think, with my wardrobe, but I'm a bit lazy, you know. It's kind of, it's hard work also to find a new owner, and you got to work with your wardrobe a bit.
Yes, that is actually true. That is true. Maybe that's my mindset, because I'm so much into this thing. And yeah, but I know there's something that I just got to know recently. It's like renting, you know, you're renting pieces. There's this service, incredible service, that allows you to choose things like every month, and you pay just like a fee, and you get to wear, to choose and wear things, and then you give them back. That is also a nice way, I think.
Is it a big thing in Paris, or is it growing?
No, actually, I think it's growing in the States.
Oh.
I heard it from American clients.
Maybe it could be something for you.
Oh yeah.
I have a lot of logistics with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely, yes. So you know, talking about the, you know, the challenges, because I know that some people have some resistance towards vintage, towards buying vintage, that is related to basically hygienic reasons, and also probably energy reasons, you know, because you know, sometimes I myself think that everything is energy. We are energy, okay? And sometimes, you know, even there's nothing like nothing is material. Everything is energy. So I think sometimes that even garments, even clothes, can absorb the energy of the people who own them. You know?
Oh, interesting.
So yes. So when you actually buy something vintage, sometimes a small part of the energy that they carry, you know, it becomes part of your energy.
Yeah.
Right. So, and sometimes people I don't know, don't like that very much. So I think it's a good idea sometimes to purify things.
Yeah. But is it interesting? I've never heard that aspect of it before, Annalisa. And then it's a bit of a lottery, because you don't know if the person before had good energy or bad energy. You can spice up your life with the energy of someone else, but it can also take you down.
Yes, but I think, you know, that your energy is always stronger than I mean, if you have a good energy and good vibes, I think it always defies any bad energy that can be related to that. And also another thing that people don't sometimes, not that they don't like, but they have doubts, is about the hygienic you know, point of view. And I myself, I'm a sort of hygiene freak myself, so I make sure that everything I buy is perfectly clean, and then when it gets to the shop, everything gets steamed, you know, to really hygienize everything. And then I found this incredible product up in Sweden by chance.
Now you're a spreader. That's good.
Yeah, and I thought it was like an incredibly good idea, because it helps, as you know, of course. I mean, I'm just saying why it works for us, because we're testing it, and it works for us. Not only on others, because actually in our shop, there's less that problem, because everything gets steamed and hygienized and deodorized, but also stains.
Good.
So it works against stains too. And so,
Tell me,
you know,
what have you tried? What kind of, or you don't always know what a stain comes from, but What kind of garment or?
Like, for example, the thing that we found right now, because we just started to test, is the inside of bags. You know, handbags.
Yeah, sure.
Because sometimes, you know, they get dirty, especially for, I don't know, foundation, lipstick, tobacco, whatever, you know.
Yeah, they melt.
Yes. And I found out, I found out recently with a couple of bags, Fendi, Cavalli, whatever, that spraying it, okay, and letting it, you know, how do you say, work,
Yeah.
would actually remove the stains, not like in 1 hour, 2 hours. Overnight, I mean, after 24 hours, I would spray again, and after, I would say, about 48 hours, the stains were gone. And yes, and the color of the inside was back to its original color, which was very important because they both were very colorful inside. You know, so it was even more important to give the ancient look to the.
But I remember, Annalisa, you might have to use a microfiber cloth or something just to help the stain. You know, to.
Yes, of course. Yes,
and
I did that.
It's not 100%. Of course, it's a bag you cannot throw into the laundry machine. So then it's perfect to at least try.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
But you have a problem with a lot of smokers in France. That's my experience from visiting. They could help from, you know, the furs.
That is true, actually. It's so crazy sometimes, and it's totally unthinkable, especially for Americans, because over there, I think it's really like a big no-no, you know, cigarettes.
Yeah.
A lot of people smoke in, I don't know about France, but for sure in Paris, yes. But you know, since I don't source a lot of things in Paris, I don't have that, you know, smoke smell on the clothes that I carry in my shop. But I suppose that for people who, especially, you know, and it's so funny. You know, there are many cafes that have tables outside in Paris. Now, of course, in winter it's freezing, so you can't basically stay there. You know, so what do? They put like some plastic. How do you call this? Like barriers. You know, around the terrace. Okay, and you can smoke in there. So it basically turns. No, I'm telling you, it basically turns into like I don't know, a gas chamber. How do you call this? I don't know. You know,
you get 100% impregnated with the nicotine smell.
With the smoke. It's so crazy, really, because you know, outside I can understand, but inside that, and everybody's smoking, it's so crazy. So I guess that the pure effects would be incredibly useful for people as soon as they come out from the.
We have a market.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
You have it. You do have a market. Yes, 100%.
I realize time flies. It's been so interesting to talk to you, Annalisa. I wish we could do a follow-up from the store maybe next year and do another live. It would be so nice to show.
Oh yes, absolutely, with real pleasure.
And I must ask you just one final thing then. What is like my firm belief is that if you like tell what you dream of, then you get more odds it will actually come true. So what dreams do you have for 2025? Do you have any dreams?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, because then you might hear it yourself and it becomes a reality and people around you hear it.
You know, I used to think like that.
Yeah.
I used to think like that. And in my experience, it's better to do affirmations over yourself and write down things, especially write down things, you know, like with a pen, like on paper, you know, and visualize and really live the life that you wish, you know, what you want to manifest.
Yeah.
But saying out loud to other people, I'm not so
You
sure.
might
But what
keep,
I want to no, what I can tell you is that, of course, I want to keep deepening my relationship with my clients right now, and finding things, more and more things that are good for them.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
and of course, keep growing in my shop and living the life that I'm living right now, which is pretty nice.
It's pretty nice. I will come back, Annalisa. It was fantastic to meet you in person, but
Oh,
also
you
to
and
continue to
you.
chat here. Yeah. What plans do you have for today? Do you have to?
Actually, today I have a few appointments, and then tomorrow I'm going back to Paris. So I have to pack bags as usual, business as usual,
Yeah.
and spend as much time as possible with my family, dog, and cat,
Yeah.
because tomorrow I'm going. Okay, I'm leaving.
I wish you a peaceful and quiet and warm, nice Christmas holidays.
Thank
Uh,
you so much, and the same to you and everybody who's watching.
yeah,
And it was incredibly nice talking to you.
so much.
Love.
Have a
Ciao.
good day, Annalisa.
You too.
Bye bye.
Ciao. Bye bye.